I normally do not do this, but I did receive this comment on my last video and I feel we need to address, so let's dive in. Hey navigators, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany Day and this is Navigating YouTube, where I help content creators like you build your audience, influence, and income on YouTube. If that sounds like something you need, definitely make sure to hit that red subscribe button along with that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Now before we dive into this comment, I do want to say this is not going to be a drama or hate video, and I am not bashing anybody who leaves a comment on this channel. But I did want to address this comment because there is a lot of opinion on here, and I want to make sure that you guys know the facts that's going on with promoting your YouTube videos, especially since this is aligned with YouTube's newest feature that we are going to be talking about. Now, this comment was left on my last video that had to deal with prodvigate, which is an ad service to help you promote your YouTube channels in YouTube search. Now, the reason why I'm addressing this because they are today's sponsor as well, but this does align with YouTube's newest feature, which is going to be a promotions tab, which they've been testing out for the past couple of months. Now, this person did say paying for ads to me is the same thing as paying for subs or views. It's not organically letting SEO do its thing. Now, I do understand that this person said to me, which means that is their opinion, but there is a huge difference between paying for promotions through ad services like prodvigate, which is today's sponsor, or through YouTube or Google, and buying subs and views, which is actually against YouTube's terms of service and will get your channel deleted. Now, of course, in my last video, I was just talking about 5 different ways to promote your channel, and I did talk about SEO being one of those ways, because although everyone in the world right now is saying SEO is dead, I am a big believer that SEO is still there, and you need to combine that with optimizing for your audience as well. But YouTube at the end of the day is a search engine, so without optimizing for that search engine, it's going to be a lot harder to rank in search results. Now, there's a lot of creators on the platform, some are big and some are small, and everyone is applying SEO. So it does become a lot harder to rank in the top 3 because you have over 38 million YouTube channels that you're competing against. Of course, this pool is smaller in your particular niche, but there's creators that have been doing it for 10+ years, they have managers who do it, or they have people who specialize in SEO that do it, and so it's going to be a lot harder to rank against them, although not impossible. Of course, other things are taken into account, such as how long people are staying on your video, what your click-through rate is, and other things, which is one of the reasons why I've been able to keep this video ranked #1 for the past 2 years, outranking a lot of bigger creators. Now, I am not saying if you do promote through prodvigate or any other ad service to not apply SEO. That's actually still a really big important step when it comes to using these ad services. Now, you're probably still wondering, that's cool, what is the difference between buying subs and views versus buying things such as prodvigate that's going to promote your video in search results? So I'm gonna dive into that right now. #1, when you purchase subs and viewers, again, it is against terms of service and it goes against their fake engagement policy and will get your channel deleted. Basically, these services are complete scams. You'll get a DM that looks like this, and if they actually provide the subscribers and views, you're gonna pay like $100 for 1,000 subscribers or $100 for 1,000 views. You'll get those views one time, and then your next video is gonna be back to like 20 views or 40 views or 50 views or however many views you had before you purchased those views. And the reason why is because they're not giving you real views or real subscribers. It's all bot. And then generally what happens is YouTube will do YouTube purges, and they get rid of all of those bot activity because it's just computers, they're not real people, and those views and subscribers were never really there. And you'll notice everything that you paid for is gone. And this actually affects a lot of other creators that didn't participate in this action. Although their channels will not be deleted, they'll notice that there's a decrease in subscribers for them as well. And that's because if somebody goes and purchases this service that's not real, the person who provides these bots to the person who bought it will also randomly drop bots on other people's channels, trying to get YouTube off their tail to figure out who actually purchased. Although YouTube is very smart and can definitely tell who the actual person was that purchased versus people who just randomly had bot accounts put onto their channel, because it just happens sometimes. Sadly, the other thing that happens is you'll pay these services and then you'll never see any activity on your channel, and then you're just out of money anyways, which I guess is kind of the better deal because this way you don't get your channel deleted, but you're still out of that $100 or $1,000 or whatever you paid for those fake subscribers and views anyway. Now again, prodvigate is today's sponsor. I have tested out their services and I actually don't use it often unless I'm running a case study to show you guys how it actually works, what it does to your channels, and the pros and cons. And I broke down the pros and cons in this video here. And I actually do not believe it is for everyone or it's for everyone's videos. But before I tell you which videos are best when it comes to promoting with prodvigate, I do want to tell you the difference so you understand the promotion part of it versus buying subscribers and views. So with prodvigate, what you do is you link your YouTube account, you pick up to 5 videos that you want to promote for that week, and then you set a weekly budget, which I usually do with like $100 whenever I'm running a test, and I'll pick 5 different videos, and it generally does a really good job. Then what happens is they work off of a cost per click basis, and typically it's about 2 cents per click. This means when your video is at the top of the search results, when a real person comes in and clicks your video, then that will take 2 cents out of your budget. And because of this, they can predict how many views you'll get in that span based off of your budget that you chose, because they understand how much is going to be taken out of that budget every time somebody clicks on that video. So again, as you heard, these are actually real people who click. So prodvigate does not come in, send you bots, promise you all of these views because they can just give that to you. They're actually just pushing your video to the top of search results. You'll have a little thing on there that says ad. A ton of companies do this. A ton of business owners do this. And when somebody clicks on that video, then that is when you're charged outside of your budget. Now with this, they cannot promise subscribers because it's up to that real person who clicked on your ad to decide if they want to subscribe after watching your video. So this is why it's so important to make sure you have a really good hook in the first like 5 to 10 seconds. Because if you don't hook that person in, they're most likely going to leave, and it's most likely going to drop your audience retention rate as well. And again, you want to make sure that you have that proper SEO, because prodvigate will use your SEO to determine who your audience is, what topics you're talking about, what your video is about. So this way they can put you in the right search rankings at the top of the search results. So if you're a beauty channel and it's confusing to prodvigate what your channel's about or what your videos are about because you're not using SEO, they may put you in gaming and in sports and other niches that don't belong with you. So you may get someone that clicks, wants nothing to do with your video, they're gonna immediately leave, which drops your audience retention rate, and then they're not gonna subscribe to your channel either. So it is still so important that you're using SEO. Also, when it comes to using SEO and why it's so important is because once your budget is up, so you've gotten your $100 worth of views, prodvigate will then be done with the promotion, your ad will be over, and you will fall back into search rankings. And again, if you didn't do a really good job when it came to having the algorithm understand where you belong, it's gonna be a lot harder to keep ranking high in search results. You don't stay at the top of search results just because you had an ad. You will fall back under depending on what your overall performance was and how well your SEO matches the person who's actually searching for the type of video that you just created. So using prodvigate, which is a Google approved promotion service to help you promote your videos, push you to the top of search results, so this way you can be seen by more people, does not take away from the hard work that creators still have to put into creating content. You still need to make sure that you're outlining your content, that you're researching to make sure that the video that you're making is relevant to your audience, that your thumbnail is outstanding and actually takes somebody to say, oh yeah, I want to click on this, because even though it's just an ad doesn't mean you're going to get all the clicks. How many times did you as a content creator search for something and totally pass the first 3 videos? Just because you're ranking in number 1 doesn't mean people are going to click on your video. You have to have that eye-catching thumbnail and eye-catching title. And like I said previously, I do not feel like promotion is going to be suitable for everyone, for everyone's niche, or for every single video. Personally, I have seen it work best when you are a business channel or you have a service or a product that you're trying to sell. And when you talk about that product, you promote it with ads so people can see that product more. Or if it's like a tutorial style video and you're a smaller creator and you're just trying to get out there, doing something with high value is going to be way more effective through prodvigate than trying to do something like a vlog or something that's more of a personal like Q&A. I would never promote something like that, just because you want to make sure that your audience retention stays long, and the more high value that your content is that you're promoting in ads, the better results you're gonna get at keeping that person watching and most likely turning them into a subscriber. Now again, I did mention that YouTube is testing out a promotions tab, and again, prodvigate is a Google approved service, and if you don't understand why that's so important, it's because Google does own YouTube. So it is not against YouTube's terms of service to do this, and in fact, YouTube is just integrating it straight into the platform itself. They are testing it out with a very small group of creators right now, so not everybody has it. So if you don't have the promotions tab and you are curious how ads are going to work for you, I'll go ahead and leave prodvigate's information in the description box below, and you can use TIFF15 to get 15% off your first order. If you have any other questions that I did not address today, make sure to leave those in the comment section below, and as always, get out there, make some content, and let's grow together.